Caseen
What up,
done it.
virtual people? Welcome to the 119th episode of VCR Redux. We take your favorite
How
franchises
the heck do we have
out of the analog era.
119?
119, my friend. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. You
Lord,
just keep doing it. You just do it, and then you do it some more. Anyway, we're here to take your favorite franchises out of the analog
Catholic
era
of
and
you.
bring them back to 2023. I'm your host, pop culture punk Chris Stiles, joined as always by my quiet as always co-host with the most,
dare
Phil
you.
Professor Ian Klink.
How you doing, everybody?
And we have three radical guests on the show tonight. First up, our own honorary third host from Rick Barth and the Line. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. Mickey Torres is back on the show.
What's up, everyone?
And from the fighting city of Philadelphia, he's a hero, a hunk, and the host of Still Fabulous. Bobby Masters back on the show.
Bobby!
It's cookie time.
Yes. And rounding out this righteous crew, he's the author of We Don't Need Roads, the making of the Back to the Future trilogy, Inside Pee-wee's Playhouse, and E.T., the ultimate visual history. His newest book, When Broadway Was Black, the story of an all-black musical that changed the world, is available on Amazon now. My pop culture hero, Caseen Gaines, is back on the show.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming back on, guys. This is maybe one of the most special days in the history of VCR. We are here today to sell cigarettes at Spago's, sling cookies to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and spend the Muffler Man's money. That's right, folks. This world needs True Beverly Hills 2 Cookie Clash, and we're here to give it to you. But before we get permed, we got a dish on how True Beverly Hills came into our lives and what we love about it. And of course, that goes for everyone watching the live chat as well. So Love It First Laserdisc, Vital VHS, hit us up in the chat and let us know how True Beverly Hills came into your lives. So, Caseen, do you remember the first time you watched the Shelley Long masterpiece that is True Beverly Hills?
I want to say to start, this is like peak Shelley Long for me. I think this is like there are moments where I feel like an actor or an actress has never looked better, been better, like they're just at their peak. And I feel like this is it.
100% agree. 100% agree.
This is it.
As well, and if I can piggyback, and I just want to say that there are no lows in Shelley Long's career. There are only highs, but this is one of the highest of the highs.
True. So I just remember this from, honestly, I want to say like WPIX 11. Like this was like one of those TV, one of those movies that was on like a Sunday at 4 kind of slot.
Yeah.
And I don't think the thing I remember most about watching this movie is really wanting to catch it from the beginning because I loved that opening sequence so much. The title sequence with
all those cartoons.
Animation.
Oh god.
Yeah. I just
and that fucking song is perfection.
It's crazy. It's great. And so I just remember that being a really big thing. Like most of those like Channel 11 movies, I would kind of catch when I caught them. But this one was one that I wanted to watch from beginning to end because I just thought it was so funny and just like really good when I was a little kid. So that's kind of my introduction to True Beverly Hills.
I love that. Channel 11 was such like a Sunday night thing. It was like 11 and 9 or Sunday nights. They had like the cool movies on. But this is like a Saturday night special of a flick. But we'll get to that. I want to know how Bobby first discovered True Beverly Hills.
I want to say that it was probably in the late 90s on the Disney Channel, back when
you came to all these so late. You're so young.
Back when the Disney Channel was still like putting on like
He's
good
7 years old. Like, I mean, come on.
Wish Upon a Star. They used to put on Wish Upon a Star on that channel as well. But
Daniel Harris and Katherine Heigl.
I was just like love at first sight, honestly. Like I just love the whole like style of that movie. Back to what he was saying earlier about the opening sequence, that was actually the animators of Ren and Stimpy who did the animation for that. And the Beach Boys sang the opening song, and like the cameos in this movie are just so impressive. Like Frankie and Annette, like jogging out Beverly Hills Hotel. And like,
we can do the rundown because it's deep as hell. You've got Ted McGinley.
There's so many.
It's just so funny. Like when she was like when she was like, must have been that squirrel meat. So when she was like, they didn't have to use the bathroom once.
Oh my God, I love this movie so much. Mickey, how did and I'm curious, was this a McDate back in the day?
No, no, no.
No.
What year did this come out?
89. The
89.
most perfect
Damn.
year of mankind. This is not only just peak Shelley Long, this may be peak mankind right here. 89.
89. I think I was graduating 8th grade sometime there. Something like
Oh,
that.
so this could have been a McDate. This could have been.
It could have been, but no, I think
Bobby wasn't even born.
I wasn't even born.
I was 5, the summer of 89.
How old are you, Bobby?
I'm
12.
33.
You're 30 what?
I'm 33.
I'm 33. Okay, that's respectable enough.
I was born in
respectable.
1990, so I was born in-
Everyone under 32 is a fucking vagrant.
Bobby,
Vagabonds, all of them.
get off my lawn.
A lot of them.
Yeah, I think I came across this on like HBO or some cable channel, whatever the case may be. And I mean, like, I liked Shelley Long from Cheers and everything else like that, but like I don't know. I mean, I thought the movie was okay. It was, I mean, like, so many of the young girls would be, I don't want to say stars, but they were in so many other things too.
Yes,
Oh,
they
yeah.
were.
Bobby
I
can
could
talk about that a little bit.
go through all of them and talk about what they were all in.
I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's start with your girl Heather.
Oh, okay. Well, Heather Hopper turned out to be she played Tessa, and then she was also in the original Saved by the Bell called Good Morning, Miss Bliss.
Oh yeah.
At the
I
same
forgot
time,
about
and
that.
she played like the Elizabeth Berkley character. But then she didn't come
basically.
back for it. But she was also in like an Elvira movie later.
Yeah.
And then the one chick from Punky Brewster was on it. Like she was the friend of Punky Brewster. Jenny
And
Lewis.
I think
Jenny Lewis,
Jenny Lewis, and I think it was the girl from Small Wonder as well. The
girl from Small Wonder was there, the one that had the crush on Jamie.
yeah, like the annoying neighbor girl or
The
whatever.
girl from The Wiz.
Neighbor girl, the neighbor
Yeah, Jenny
girl.
Lewis. That's Jenny Lewis.
That's Jenny Lewis. Okay.
Carla
And then you
Gugino,
had
who would
Kelly-
later
Kelly
go
Martin.
on to
Yeah,
do
Carla
Son-in-Law
Gugino.
with Pauly Shore and
Spy
a million
Kids.
things. I mean, she's
Spy Kids,
amazing.
everything.
Yeah.
Kelly
Did she
Martin.
go-
Kelly
did
Martin
she-
was.
Is she the one that went in to be like in The Watchmen? She's like Miss
Yes.
Scarlet.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Kelly
And
Martin
then
was in
Tasha
Life Goes
Scott.
On.
You have Tasha Scott, who was who sang Cookie Time. She was in that movie Camp Cucamonga. Do you know Camp Cucamonga?
I know Camp
No.
Cucamonga.
Oh man, I'm surprised that Caseen is stumped here because I've heard of Camp Cucamonga.
Okay.
Is that the one with Jennifer Aniston?
Jennifer Aniston was the least famous person in this
Yeah.
movie upon its making.
Was that
You
like
got
a theatrical movie?
No,
Janet
it was a,
Keller, Jalil White, Chad Allen, Breckin Myers.
What?
it was a Meatballs for TV, like a TV movie,
Yeah.
but it basically was like Meatballs.
No, it was like Meatballs 2, basically.
Well, yeah, it was like Meatballs.
Oh,
It was
God.
Meatballs
I love
that. Juice, the
2.5.
movie.
Meathead.
Oh god, I haven't seen that one in a while.
You gotta watch it. You guys gotta
Yeah.
watch it. You guys gotta watch it.
Was that like a Disney thing or what was?
I don't know what it was. It was probably like a movie of the week
I
type.
hate you,
movie of the week
Mickey.
type of thing.
I hate Mickey.
All right, how did young Iowa Ian grumpily snub this
Why
movie?
why you
What
say
were
grumpily? What if I'm like the biggest true Beverly Hills fan? What if I got in the basement a live cutout of Shelley Long right next to the movie poster and a couple of the props? You
I
judgmental
would-
bastard. Like you
At
don't
that
even
point, it would be
know.
a
I
little
would freak out.
yeah.
Okay, well,
But I know you well enough to
I
know
want
this
that
movie's
for
too
both of
fun for
us.
you to like it.
this movie is look. I agree with Mickey. Like sometimes you have a beer, you
Yeah.
think it's all right.
It's not bad.
It's
not
okay
bad.
the first few sips, and then you're like, I want a Pepsi.
Somebody asks you, "Would you like another one?" And you're like,
Eh,
"What else you got?"
yeah, like
I'm
good. No,
Sometimes
what I remember the most about True Beverly Hills, I'll be honest, I don't remember the first time I saw it. What I do remember though is I had a really good friend of mine, Jamie Taft, who's now Jamie Johnson. Jamie loved True Beverly Hills, and I remember like she was obsessed with this movie, and I remember going to her house after school, one afternoon, and we watched True Beverly Hills. Like, but that was it. I mean, it was like, eating snacks out of the cupboard, watching a movie,
That's how friendships are made. This movie
Right.
gave you a lifelong friend, and you're like, yeah, whatever. It's a beer that I didn't finish, and blah 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 blah. No, sometimes I'll counter your beverage analogy. Sometimes you drink great value bottled water that you get from Walmart because it's cheap, and sometimes, like Phyllis Neffler, you go binging on Evian, the good stuff. And that right there takes us back to a better time. That was, there was like one type of bottle of water you could get. It was Evian. It was fantastic. It was
Well,
See, I thought the
Evian
height
water was like the rich water. Like I didn't like
no.
it was the first time I ever like saw like bottled water was Evian.
To me, bouginess was like Canadian Dry. Or Canadian Mist. Is that what it was called?
Perrier. Perrier was like pretty.
Yeah, casinos, Canadian. Yeah, Canada Dry.
Yeah.
Fancy stuff.
That was good
Perrier.
stuff.
Perrier.
I don't know. That all went way over my head. So I guess it's time for me. Well, I'll get to my first time seeing this movie, but I do want to check in on the live chat and see who's in there. So we got Angie Saunders, Princess K, Monica Thyman, Alex Bonafonte, Tooch LaRue, Kevin Hahn, Miyagi Do Forever, Anakin Skywalker fan. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. A lot of love for the actors. Angie Saunders, Kelly Martin from Life Goes On, to your point, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah.
Corky.
Oh God, I loved that Life Goes On.
I love Life Goes On. With
those
Corky.
early 90s dramas like Picket Fences and Life Goes On, those were 30 something.
That was when I had to start with
Patty LuPone.
Da.
Patty LuPone,
TV.
yeah.
TV was delish then.
Is that the one I'm thinking of? It start with Blah Dee Blah Da by the.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was a good show.
That was ABC at some of its best. Like
Why are we talking about that show? Why are we talking about True Beverly Hills?
Because stop. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear you shit talk through Beverly Hills for the next hour.
You had us talk about Captain
Came to
Power.
the wrong chat room, buddy.
You had us talk about Captain Power for an hour, and you're complaining about True Beverly Hills.
Well, that's because Captain Power was good. No, I'm just joking. True Beverly Hills is all
entitled to your
right.
wrong
It quenches your thirst at the moment that you're thirsty in the desert, and it does its job.
I feel bad that you're talking about True Beverly Hills as Shelley Long is looking over your shoulder disapprovingly.
Right.
Trying to will you to say the right thing about True Beverly Hills.
That's no way for you to get your friendship patch, by the way. I'm just saying you're getting marked down as
seriously.
Yeah, you're no wilderness girl. I'll tell you.
I mean, dare I say it? I like The Boss.
You're the Velda Plender.
You did?
I like The Boss, which was basically True Beverly Hills Part 2.
The Boss. What? There's a movie called The Boss, and
complete ripoff of True Beverly Hills. I mean. Legitimate.
Well, there's a lot of those.
Screenwriters needed to sue somebody from that movie.
If you think about it, Bushwhacked is just like, how do we do True Beverly Hills with a guy?
Yeah,
that's true.
Oh my gosh,
Daniel Stern is the people.
Now we're
long,
talking my language here.
Wait, Danny Stern is the what?
He's the people's Shelley Long. I think he's the
people's
Shelley
Long.
Shelley
Shelley Long's not like the people's. Come on, she's one of the people. She's the people's champ. I mean,
I think Shelley Long, I don't know. I think Shelley Long is like a little bit above the people. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I think Shelley Long is like a little bit above the people.
This is why I love Caseen Gaines, because he's saying what we have all been thinking this whole time. Because I stand by this. Her role in Cheers, genius.
Yeah.
Right? I think because of her role in Diane, she was Diane, right?
Yeah.
I think Diane soured her because Shelley Long can never get that movie career. And I think it's because everybody thought because of Cheers that she was a raging female dog. Like in real life.
No, I agree with this take.
But also,
she got stereotyped.
She did, I swear, but she didn't. She's a great actress. I just think she literally, because of that everybody just looked at her and was like, Diane, I hate her. because Bob in Ohio hated Diane. You just know that.
I don't
What
know.
happens to you on TV? Like Shannon Doherty, people just decided that, like, oh, you know what? I hate Brenda Walsh, so I hate Shannon Doherty. You know.
I agree. I think literally that's why I think she never jumped where she should have. Like True Beverly Hills should have made, like, she should have been up there after True Beverly Hills, because I'll say it, it's an amazing performance.
It is a great movie. I didn't look up the numbers. Usually I do.
I think she is. It's just I really do think Diane ruined her career. It made her career, but it ruined it at the same time.
Well,
you can be too good of an actor sometimes. Like you can be such a good actor that it types you. You know, you can't see you as anything else. Yeah.
Well, it's like anybody. It's any of like the Doctor Who's. After like they'll play Doctor Who. I don't care if you're in it for 10 episodes.
Yeah.
You're always going to be Doctor Who. I don't care what you do afterwards.
I don't know. David Tennant was awesome in Jessica Jones.
And he's great.
He was the only thing I
think he was Doctor
Jessica
Who
Jones.
and Jessica Jones.
What's that?
Didn't you think he was Doctor Who and Jessica Jones?
Well, I'm not a Doctor Who fan, so I didn't see it. Like I could see
garbage.
I could see where you could say that he was probably more Doctor Who-ish than the actual Mr. Purple character.
Well, I think
you
also
just spoke gibberish. I have no idea what you're talking about, but
I don't know anything about Doctor Who.
I don't know either. Jessica Jones.
But I will say this was also
for Beverly Hills. Let's talk about Phyllis Neffler's fabulous fashion sense. Like,
I love Bobby.
On the lapel of her jacket. And
is that your favorite outfit? What is that your favorite outfit of hers, Bobby?
I don't know, man. She has so many, but that's the one that sticks out to me the most is when she has that. She has the bird like on the lapel of her dress.
I'm gonna go with the classic favorite outfit, which is her green satin inlay of her wilderness, which has got the cape, and she just kind of flips it open, and it's got like the satin green inside.
Oh yeah,
it's a classic look, but it's the one that I'm going with.
It's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous.
That's like the silhouette look. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's something about great movie characters that if you just see their outline, you know who it is. Like Indiana Jones or like RoboCop or like Darth Vader. There's, a few things that Marty McFly, things that fit that bill. Phyllis Neffler has that silhouette because of that suit. It is like almost like this mini, it's like Star Wars meets Dracula, the length and cut of the cape, but of course with the wonderful beautiful beige khaki.
Weird Chat GPT book I don't want to read.
But also,
I gotta say, if we're
I was gonna say, can we talk about also how she's like actually teaching them some really good life skills with her, like she's like the diamond appraisal, like that's like a nice
that's a life skill, diamond appraisal.
Some people make a living appraising diamonds. Yeah,
come on, man.
Okay,
someone's got to pay. Are you gonna? What are you gonna pay? Who's he gonna pay more? The guy who appraises wristwatches at a Philly pawn shop, or the person that appraises diamonds at Beverly Hills? Like,
well, that's true.
That's a
great Rolex. In Philadelphia, it's worth
$50.
What's
maybe back
this
then.
is a Patek Philippe.
I just say one thing about this diamond thing, because it's like a personal gripe of mine, is when I got married, I had to learn so much about and rings and cuts and cloudiness and all this stuff. And
I did learn a lot.
Learn all that information to do one purchase, and it's just like it's done. It's over. Like it actually drives me mad that I had to like learn all of that stuff for like one transaction.
No, you didn't. You had to learn it to be happy.
Well, that transaction leads to the rest of your life. Yeah.
That's true. Maybe I shouldn't even be saying what I just said. Can we? Are we live?
That was his sarcasm patch he just earned. It was all
just kidding. I love it. It's
what is the chat? What's the chat think about this movie? What we got?
So
we got likes.
To his credit, Gold's Code, my man, is in the chat. He says he got trooped on the Disney Channel. Thank you, by the way. I was looking for a way to blurb the title of this.
Chris.
He got trooped.
He says he's late, but he got lost in the Beverly Hills Hotel. It's no joke, especially with the bladers skating around. So that may foreshadow a future pitch. Monica Thyman says she saw it on TV for the first time. Alex Bonafonte says he saw parts in theater. Parts in the theaters while he was theater hopping back in the day. Didn't have a lot of entertainment options in the 80s. I mean, theater hopping in 89 was like, you cannot go wrong. It's like you jump from like Major League to Parenthood to Troop Beverly Hills to Back to the Future 2 to Ghostbusters 2 to Indiana Jones 3 to Batman.
Unless you just unless you like theater jumped too many times and your last one that you could get in was like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
That was 91.
What do you gotta hate
that wasn't until 91.
Like I took the gamble. I was like, I just wanted to see what this is about real quick, and then I'm gonna go back to that other one or whatever the case may be. Too late.
Whatever. No, we all bought that Robin Hood was American, and it worked. Doggone it.
So getting back again to True Beverly Hills, this is a movie for me that was just one of those like wonderful gifts. I don't know how we owned it, but we just owned it, and so we watched it all the time. Like I don't remember like my dad bringing home this movie like, here, this is for you kids or whatever. But always
some new cereal in the cupboard.
This was like that movie I would watch with like my older sister and her friends. It wasn't like my brother's favorite movie or like my cousin's favorite movie, but like this was
true though. This is a movie your older sister definitely rented.
When I think of like movies that I watched on tape with my older sister, it's like this and Dream a Little Dream, hands down.
For me and my sister, it was this. It was Great Balls of Fire or freaking Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
That tracks. That definitely tracks as well. But I don't know. I just love this movie, and I just like. It's weird. I guess like I want to say this may be the first type of like cultural comedy that I got, like as a young kid. I'm like 5 or 6 years old when this hits video, and like her talking about like telling a ghost story and then being like, he permed me, and like it's like the first time I would get that kind of joke. It's not for little kids per se. It's not adult humor, but it's also not really tailor-made for little kids.
The Melda Marcos joke when the one guy asked her like, so how many shoes do you really have? Because there was the Melda Marcos character in the movie. You didn't get that till you're like older.
I still don't get that one. I guess I don't know.
It was a whole thing back in the days.
Okay. I didn't get the Robin Leach thing until I got older. I was like,
oh yeah, I got I don't know why, but I knew who Robin Leach was. Maybe
the show.
Maybe
WPIX
like that was a cameo. So I didn't get all the cameos when I was a little kid, but for some reason the Robin Leach one, like little like 4-year-old me who knew who Robin Leach was for some reason. I don't know why.
that was on PIX all the time too.
Oh
the show Rich and Famous or whatever that came on like after it might have come on after like Glow Wrestling or something like that. It was like
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Lifestyles of Rich, yep.
I also say I gotta throw some credit and also one last thing in the chat. To your point, Ian, Travis Mitchell says, "Hope everyone is well. I can't stand this movie." So thank you so much for tuning in, Travis. Even for a movie that you can't stand. That really means a lot to me.
Your wrong opinion, Travis.
So
our goal is to make Bobby so enraged he punches his camera. I think our goal.
What's interesting about this to me, like watching it as an adult, is sometimes movies that are like social messagey, and I think this movie is a little social messagey, like a little bit. I think like it's very feminist. Obviously, it's like there's like the divorce element. Like it just feels like there's a little bit more than just like your average kids movie going on in this. But it kind of still holds up. Like I mean, from like a message standpoint, like it's not like the moral is cringe-inducing like sometimes movies can be, because what's morally sound today may not be what's morally sound 30 years from now. But I don't know. I think this movie really feels very fresh, even though it's dated in all sorts of like
it's dated ways,
but it still feels like, I don't know, if like a high schooler were to watch it today, they wouldn't be completely turned off from it.
Well, you could totally do a remake of this, like a remake.
You'd let them repaint the Mona Lisa, wouldn't you? You'd just.
They did. It's called The Boss.
They don't need to remake this
First of
movie
all,
because when they remake
anything called The Boss deserves to get mixed up with Bruce Springsteen references for the rest of its existence, just for being silly enough to call themselves The Boss.
A
I'm
terrible
sorry.
singer.
That's
I like Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, you sir. I don't even know. Go sip some wine with your tweed jacket and your smoke from your cob pipe with your blue blood Connecticut stockbroker friends. I don't even know what to say to you.
If I had a ponytail,
I like Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen is amazing. He's no John Cafferty, but he's amazing.
This is true.
So I gotta say this about True Beverly Hills, though. One thing I love about this movie is that two of my favorite producers of all time both worked on this movie. You have the incredible Jerry Weintraub and the incredible Aaron Spelling. And like I could literally talk about either one of these guys for the rest of the show. So if you don't know who they are, you better ask somebody. Like go Google these legends of film and television.
That's why Tori was in this.
How would we not know who Aaron Spelling is?
Well, there are some people that don't
anymore.
There's some people that don't.
That's really sad,
shame.
but yeah.
It's a damn shame, but there's some people that don't.
Actually, it's interesting.
They may know his work. They may know his work, but
one thing I was gonna say, it's interesting, like with Shelley Long, right, and Aaron Spelling. There was a period in the 80s and 90s where TV really did, when TV first came out, it was obviously the second, it was the stepchild. We didn't like it, people still love movies, but by like 80s and 90s, it's like TV was it. I mean, TV was bigger.
Rose to extreme new levels of like viewership and cultural impact, not just that, but like it kind of started with, I mean, now I could do this for literally hours and hours, but
I love
the
back in the
kickoff
day.
of 80s television is, even though it was a show I didn't like or watch, but the series finale of MASH sort of like set the bar for like where TV was going in the 80s. It was like the most. I think it's still one of
an episode of MASH.
Even the theme song makes me
because you're
like
33.
nauseous.
Go on, baby.
It came on like after Laverne and Shirley, but I wasn't interested in watching it. I could have watched it if I wanted to, Mickey.
Well, let me tell you, Laverne and Shirley.
I didn't watch Laverne and Shirley
Keep
either.
telling Bobby. Keep telling.
Yeah,
while we were having this conversation, Caseen just wrote a book about MASH.
Oh my god! Can you write a book about Gary Marshall, Caseen? Like, please, like, I love that man so much. What's that?
I'd read the Gary Marshall book.
Yeah, seriously, that'd be incredible. I'm talking about TV legends.
The man ate tuna while directing. You gotta. Anybody who could do that, you gotta admire him.
I would love to eat tuna while directing.
He literally, he would just have can of tuna, just fork it like. All right, Julia, go over here.
It's wonderful. Yeah, I can totally see it.
I don't need them, but I love them.
Oh my god, I love.
But there was this time period where like you could be a TV star and automatically you were guaranteed you were going to be in a movie, and I think that's
that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
They did
maybe
not back then.
It
wasn't. It was really hard. Like there's pre-Clooney and there's post-Clooney, and pre-Clooney you're a fluke if you made it from TV to movies. Like Michael J. Fox is like 1 in a billion.
Yeah,
and that was Ted Danson only really had the one hit.
What hit was 3 Men and a Baby?
Yeah.
Sir, how dare you not count Cousins? What the crap?
Wait, what did you say?
Oh, Getting Even with Dad.
Oh, Getting Even with Dad.
Getting Even with Dad. Oh my gosh.
I love that movie.
That was like Macaulay. That was one of Macaulay Culkin's last movies before he took his sabbatical and came back to Party Monster.
Yeah, it was like Richie Rich and Getting Even with Dad. It was the end of that whole party. That was the early mid 90s.
Puberty was the end of that party.
Well, if you want to get weird about it.
Well, just saying.
I watched Richie Rich in the pandemic for some reason. I was just like, let's like watch Richie Rich. Why not? And it was not as fun as I remembered it being when I was a kid.
Well,
yeah, a lot of them
you were watching it through a different lens at that time.
John Larroquette is still the man.
And the thing, it's one of those things where, like, there are some movies that are like this where, like, the big set piece finale sequence in my mind is like 5 minutes long, but in the actual film, it's like 25 minutes, and I feel like it just never ends. And I feel like that sequence of them on the Mount Richmore just would not end when I watched it. I was like, what? They're still doing this? Come on.
Oh yeah.
So unlike
the
Troop
one thing I
Beverly
always-
Hills, Troop Beverly Hills, where the last race thing, like that was pretty short. It didn't go too long. And I was like, all right. I originally thought they were supposed to be like, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, the wilderness. Oh, they're gonna be camping in this bitch and all this stuff, whatever case may be. They're gonna be doing, they're gonna have to like do the sticks with the fire and everything like that. Well, none of that happened.
They had that scene where
and it never went dark either.
They're outside and it starts to rain and she like has to like get the fondue, like in her mouth like a dog and crawl.
Oh my God. So good.
Yeah, there is a subgenre out there of the ending race movie.
Yeah.
Where you have to, always have to like do a race. It's like meatballs, heavyweights,
Airborne.
Wait, what?
Airborne.
Okay. Now I got all right.
There was even an episode of McGee and Me that was the same thing. I swear.
McGee and Me.
Yes, if you don't know McGee and Me, you just have to Google that one.
We got to do McGee and Me on this.
Oh, go fuck yourself. We're doing McGee and Me. Get out of here. Like,
all right,
I'm
there.
Fine.
Let's do this. Forget this movie. I'm gonna change my background. We're gonna do McGee and Me. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Just go fart yourself, sir. But yeah, next week, tune in for McGee and Me, folks. I gotta say this before we get to pitches. Yeah, and if you guys got pitches, please let us know in the live chat. We want to know how to skate our way into a new True Beverly Hills. But I gotta say, this movie is somehow like the cultural pilot light that wound up becoming Beverly Hills 90210. I'm convinced that if this movie wasn't like, there's something cute about this and underappreciated, it wasn't like a big box office movie. It kind of got lost in the shuffle of a crowded year, 89, again, best year of movies ever. So I think it evaded that. Let's turn it into a TV show, because everything that was like moderate hit, everything that was in the opened in the top 2 at the box office got a TV show in the 80s. Like Fast Times had a TV show, Ferris Bueller had a TV show, Uncle Buck had a TV show. Like they just TV showed the
this
shit.
Is a very, very hot take.
This is
I'm really chewing on this.
I'm sitting
even
there
Down
and
Out in Beverly Hills had a fucking TV show.
But you think that this led to Beverly Hills 90210?
Yes, Aaron Spelling, Tori Spelling, Beverly Hills in the title. This has got Dylan's mother in it. She's the romance novelist with the English accent.
Yeah, I mean, like the actors are the actors, but like I can't see the correlation of True Beverly Hills.
There's something to the. I don't know if I'm totally on board with this theory, but
here's the thing.
I'm not on board with this theory.
I guarantee you, someone came to Aaron Spelling and said, "I got a movie idea. It's kind of based on a true story. It's about a troop mom in Beverly Hills." And he goes, "What the hell would I know about a troop mom? Troops, wilderness girls, Girl Scouts in Beverly Hills?" And someone goes, "Aaron, you are raising one, your daughter Tori." And he's, "Oh, okay, all right, let's make this movie then." A couple years later, someone goes, "We got this show we want you to do, because we're not gonna remake Charlie's Angels like you want us to, but we have this show we'll let you produce. It's called Beverly Hills 90210. It's about teenagers, And he goes, "Oh, the title's way too long. You should just make it the numbers." And he goes, "All right, see, you're producing the show already." He's like, "I don't know. Why would I want to produce a show about teenagers in Beverly Hills?" And they go, "Because you're raising 2 of them."
Okay, wait. Goes, I want to push on this for a moment, because this is I'm intrigued by this idea.
Yeah.
Do you let's like compare.
This whet the appetite of the public for fun in Beverly Hills, and like
this. I love the way you're thinking about this, but like I want to compare contrast Beverly Hills in Troop Beverly Hills with Beverly Hills in 90210.
Okay, but if you do it with the pilot episode, do it with the pilot episode of 90210, and they're not very far away at all. One's 1989 and one is 1990.
Wow. Okay, but like, and if I'm remembering the pilot episode, I'm still not seeing this.
There's the Beverly Hills Hotel also in both fucking productions. There's Dylan's mom in both, Tori Spelling in both.
But we're just talking scenery. We're just talking scenery. So
also,
my whole
the
thing
Red
is
Feather Girl, the Red Feather Girl. When they shoot Rodeo Drive, it looks the same. I almost said Rodeo Drive there. I had a Mighty Ducks 2
Well,
moment.
I mean,
Um,
it should look the same if it's Beverly Hills.
well, yeah, I mean, I don't know how different it looks today versus back then, but
It
it doesn't look like the Beverly Hills you see in Beverly Hills Cop. It's not 1984 Beverly Hills. It's like 89 Beverly Hills now. It's a little bit, it's even a little bit fancier schmancier, but it's not quite at the full-blown 90s Ducks D2 The Mighty Ducks Beverly Hills yet.
Well,
I don't know. I really love when
buy,
places are chronicled on film.
I
throughout time.
can buy the fact that maybe this movie opened up Aaron Spelling to doing another project with Beverly Hills in the title.
Okay, well, at least you'll grant me that. So
I mean,
it is
just for
pitched.
fun, I hope you guys do realize there was another Beverly Hills movie in 1989.
Oh,
That
you're
was-
talking about The Taking of Beverly Hills? That was 91.
No,
But you
I'm
also have
talking about
Beverly Hills Hillbillies.
I'm talking about Beverly Hills Body Snatchers, starring Fred Gwynn and the cook from Alice.
Honestly, doesn't
I
sound like a
freaking
bad
love
film.
Alice. I love the show Alice.
Wow. Fred Gwynn. That was not a name I expected to come up in the True Beverly Hills episode, but 89 was a good year for him, I guess. He had that and he had Pet Cemetery.
That's right. That's Fred. Is that
Fred
That's
Fred?
Fred
is,
Gwynn.
Herman
Fred Gwynn.
Herman Munster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr.
Who are
Fred
you
Gwynn.
thinking? Are you talking about Fred Ward, you sick
No,
bastard?
no. Oh crap! No, who's the guy that played the Riddler?
Frank Gorsham.
Frank
Frank
Gorshin.
Gorshin. That's who it was.
I don't want to see it
Totally off,
anymore.
Totally way off.
I don't want to see it anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I love Frank Gorshin. Yeah,
Ooh.
Hail Caesar, man. Oh, Frank Gorshin with that. Oh, fucking. Anyway, so it is pitch time.
Johnny Depp, freak, or not Johnny? Who's the guy
Oh my
I always
God.
bring up?
Robert Downey Jr.
That's the guy. Of all the Robert Downey Jr. movies you bring up, you freaking bring up Hail Caesar. Like, you gotta be
Oh my
kidding
God.
me.
First of all, put some respect on Robert Downey Sr.'s name because that's a Robert Downey Sr. movie as well,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
And also that movie's
Don't
got
you dare come to
fucking
me. I was there.
Judd
Poopy
Nelson,
Swoop. Where were
Samuel
you,
L.
bastard?
Jackson.
You weren't-
You're talking about an
don't you
ensemble
dare.
cast, and you're just shitting all over it. You all the direct-to-video sins. This is just. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words here, but it is pitch time. So maybe someone in the chat has some words. Let's see if anyone out here's got any pitches. There's some people talking about Breaking Bad now. Brian Adams, because you mentioned that crappy Robin Hood movie.
That's like a knife.
No,
Feels
that's
so right.
That's dumbass song with Rod Stewart, Brian Adams, and there was one more guy in there. I can't remember.
Wait, wasn't it?
Was
Wasn't
it
it?
Sting? Was it? What's that?
Fred
Didn't you
Gwynn.
ever really love a woman?
Fred Gwynn. Fred Gwynn sang that theme song.
So there's
Fred
a
Gwynn.
so
Bobby,
catching up
we've
with the
gone so
chat.
far away from home.
Only if Fred Gwynn sang "Cuts Like a Knife" as his Pet Cemetery voice. Well, it cuts like a knife. Feels so right.
Sometimes knives are better.
Better.
So Travis Mitchell in the chat says, I'd love a Beverly Hills, True Beverly Hills, where we set up all the girl characters, but it's the parents played by John Cena, William Zabka, etc., who end up getting lost with the troop commander and are hopeless. I mean, I love William Zabka. You could put him in just about anything, and I'd watch it.
and I'd watch John Cena too. So
That sounds like a good Hulu movie.
Also, maybe the comment of the night, Alex Bonafonte. Ian and Mickey are Aaron Spelling's nephews. Now that's a Mighty Ducks 2 reference, kiddos. Well played, sir.
I'll take the check.
We left the door wide open for you on that one. Travis Mitchell also with another pitch. Troop leader Annie Herman returns, killing the troop, revealing Annie is short for Angela. Troop sleepaway camp. Wow.
Nice.
That was dark.
Wild. You know what? I don't want any harm to come to my beloved Troop Beverly Hills cast, but shit, I would watch that movie. If I was sleepless and I was scrolling through fucking cable, I would absolutely watch that movie.
WPIX, bring it back Sunday night.
Oh my god, yeah.
PIX.
Robert Hiltzik on the phone.
Okay, though, let me ask you this. Is there, like, I would hate saying this, but if you did anything in 2023 involving Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, America, all this kind of stuff.
Is it still a thing?
Yeah,
Still
of
thing,
course.
right?
Oh yeah, I mean, still a thing. But because of like with the Boy Scouts of America and all the scandals and all this stuff, and I'm not saying that that's what it is represented by, but I mean, do you think that they would have to change a lot of stuff? I mean, basically, would it be such a woke movie in 2023? Or
Even if it was, that doesn't mean it cannot be fun. Like, I think that would be I was going to get to that because I think that's actually a pretty significant issue worth addressing in the movie. Like, what if True Beverly Hills like secedes from the Wilderness Girls? Like Velda talks about at the end. They're like, you know what? Like, this is, there's like a little bit of too much of a hand in yesterday's values. We're going to like do our own thing. And they start their new,
But I think True Beverly Hills is already making that point in 1989. Like, it's like you have your old school way of doing the Wilderness Girls, but like a friendship patch could be like, or whatever, the jewelry appraisal patch or all those other things. Like, we can still take this antiquated thing and put like a new, I mean, the new flair was an 80s flair, but still like update it for the time. So
but it's like they're not debutantes and they're not wilderness, it's like something else. It's in
the end, they did learn to work as a team through everything they've done. Then everything they did it as a team. So they only won the competition and everything else like that, just doing these things as a team. There wasn't really much that they did in this wilderness, like this jamboree that needed any kind of, I mean, like I said, they didn't camp. They didn't do any set fires or anything like that. They just walked the path. They just survived and walked the path.
I mean, it's implied that they did. There is a nighttime scene where they decide that the one troop leader with the red feather, they're going to go home.
Yes. That's true.
So they just didn't show us what they were doing at the time, which is weird because maybe there's deleted scenes. Maybe there's deleted scenes out there.
It would have made more sense. Like you had to show how the girls
sitting
survived
here trying to get
night.
Olive Films to bring out a Blu-ray disc of the
a Criterion.
There is a
Criterion collection. We all want Shelley Long to go to the closet. We all want her to get that DVD.
Wait, but they had some peril where they had to. I can't remember the whole thing, but like they had to cross that log. Wasn't there like
the log? Because the bridge,
right? There was a log situation,
and they foreshadowed that with Jenny Lewis on the balance beam.
The bridge,
and that's a serious. That's a scary thing. Like when Velda cuts the bridge, like she's taking this movie from arguably like a G-rated movie, and I would say just the cutting of the bridge at least moves it up to a PG. I mean, that's real peril there.
Yeah. It's really
true. Trying to harm these little children, and Shelley Long for what? Like she's like and then she's just like, I knew you little bitches would rescue me. Like, oh my god, she's awful. But
Velda is a great villain, like a seriously underrated 80s villain.
Her daughter is a worse villain though.
If she had been successful in killing all of those girls, would the fact that one girl sang Cookie Time have made her obituary? Would it have said that she was a singer-songwriter best known for performing Cookie Time outside of a Weight Watchers?
The troop just recently sold 4,000 and something cookies.
It was just so perfect. It's just so much pure joy.
I will say this. There is a sequel that was supposed to come out in 1992 in my head. And I swear to God, this is probably more of a Chris poster mashup. But I do want The Wrong Guys to mix with True Beverly Hills somehow.
I don't know if I know that one.
The Wrong Guy? You never saw The Wrong Guys? The Boy Scout movie with Louis Anderson and Richard Lewis.
What? Oh, I need this. This sounds awesome.
Goodman.
It is good.
Hudson.
Yeah.
Wow.
What world do I live in? You don't know The Wrong Guys.
I do remember that.
I missed.
I didn't remember the movie title, but now it's coming back to me.
Oh man, they were a Boy Scout troop way back when, and they reunite. When
anything with Louis Anderson, though, to me, I'm sold.
And Richard Lewis, those two guys are like anything they do, I'm watching.
Oh,
both of them.
This is why Tubi was invented. It's on there, please.
Wow.
Go on Tubi.
I love it's a little side thing, but I love doing this thing where I just pick the crappiest movie I can find on Tubi and then let two more autoplay. It's like a roll of the dice, and I call it. I even have a name for it. I call it to be or not to be. Just have to.
Oh,
Sometimes you get
bastard.
Shakespeare, and sometimes you get shitstorm.
Because
You never
sometimes I
know.
like to suffer and I like to feel pain.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to share that pain with everyone in my home.
Chris is a Cenobite from Clive
Yeah.
Barker world. We have such sights to show you
Yes.
on
So,
Tubi.
Speaking of sights to show you, Sean Gold has such pitches for you,
All right,
including one where.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, let Ian get
Wait,
off the screen for a minute here.
Wait. All right, go for it.
All right. So, including a pitch where the troop heads to Cincinnati, where they must put their skills to the test when they are split up by bladers in a downhill race. Now they must rely on Mitchell to find a way home. It's Troop Airborne. Oh, I will say, you kick things up into a higher gear by adding a downhill race. It's a lot more fast-paced than a race to the wilderness.
Yeah.
You get a
Oh
fucking
my God.
exercise patch.
If I had a
Shelley
mashup
Long's
of
fake
this,
smile is doing that right now to Sean Gold.
if I had a mashup of this and Rad, that would be awesome too.
Oh man. Yeah, I would definitely be down for all of that.
It's BMX Warriors with freaking Nicole Kidman or go home. All right,
I'm just saying, if you did the sequel in
BMX Bandits,
if you did the sequel in 90 or 91 and you had rollerblading, you would have been so fucking on time. You would have had that canon model of like, we're the first rollerblading movie in theaters. Like, that could have been huge.
Instead, Airborne came out and bombed.
No, instead Airborne came out and filled the world with such joy that you just can't handle it. Kyle 2.0 has a pitch, though. His pitch is Starship Troopers Beverly Hills, or Starship Troop Beverly Hills, or whatever. I like that. That's actually a pretty damn solid mashup as well.
Shelley Long having to battle aliens and stuff.
Honestly, that movie needs those movies really need some more fun.
Let's sing Kumbaya, girls.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Steely goes to outer space.
When we sing Kumbaya, it's afraid. And you got Doogie Howser in there. It's a 2D all-star
They're all
game.
bouncing. It's like Gravity, and they're just all like,
oh my
And then it all comes back again to Aaron Spelling, because that whole movie is cast with like extras from season 5 of 90210. You have
Casper Van Diem, Dina Meyer.
Thank you, Dina Meyer. Even Denise Richard had a small role, I think, on
Give me that movie right now. Give me that
Starship
movie right
Troop
now.
Beverly Hills. God damn, I'm game. I'm totally game.
Man, I just want to see how Shelley Long and Craig T. Nelson like navigate like in space. Craig T. Nelson probably would be like great in space.
Can I just ask real quick? I hate to like ruin all this great fun, but am I the only one that actually really believes in the marriage between Shelley? Like, I feel like a Shelley Long in real life would really marry a Craig T. Nelson in real life. Like, I don't doubt that relationship at all.
I can buy that.
No, I vouch for that. What I do not believe in, though, is the Disney late 80s happy, like, oh, we're not going to get divorced. It's all good. Like, you did a thing, so now we're great.
Come on. Also, the great Karen Coppins.
Robin. Oh, I knew you were going to say that at some point.
I mean, like, my God. Like,
oh, man.
Piece of resistance. Like that, like, I mean, like, I'm sorry, like, that's I would have left Shelley Long for her, but it's like
oh no. See, I believe that Craig T. Nelson would not leave Shelley Long for her, though. Despite, it's Karen Cobb, she's amazing. But I feel like he'd go on like 2 dates with her, and she'd be like, yeah, let's, go to whatever this hot new like LA nightclub is. And he
couldn't keep
wait
up
a minute
with
here.
Yeah,
like I don't think so, sweetie. Like, I'm gonna go play Nintendo with my kid, and like,
I'm a wilderness guy.
He was a solid dad,
Yeah, I think he was all in all, it was a family thing. We never found out. I mean, I never remember like why were they getting divorced? I mean, I guess like
Well, I think it's actually kind of like a good choice that they like start out that way. That's when the movie kicks off, and you don't need to know why, because like divorce was so common at that point, like it was so on the rise.
Yeah, even the joke
hates mufflers. That's the problem. She really hates mufflers. So
even the joke at the party when she she's like, she throws the water in his face and she falls into the pool and this and that. And like, we're going through a divorce, and everybody goes, "Oh, yeah."
Oh yeah, right.
Now we
Hills,
get it.
Yeah. Oh my God. So some more mashup pitches in the chat. Of course, Gold's Code pitching Goof Troop Beverly Hills, and I just absolutely love Goof Troop and A Goofy Movie 1 and an extremely goofy movie.
Only if Bruno Mars shows up as the singer.
Get out of here, dude. Devin Campbell, like Powerline.
Tevin Campbell has to come back. Tevin Campbell can come back.
No, Bruno Mars.
We don't need no stinking Bruno Mars. Okay?
I want Tevin Campbell.
Bruno Mars is Powerline. Britney is dead. These two things are facts. All right.
Britney is dead.
Britney is dead.
Are we talking about Brittany Murphy?
No, Britney Spears.
There's one Britney, okay, and it's Murphy. All right, no disrespect to Britney Spears,
okay,
but
obviously,
yeah, that's the one word Britney around these VCR gears. So let's see. There's Goof Troop Beverly Hills. Also, Travis Mitchell says Troop Beverly Hills Chihuahua is a legit direct-to-video sequel I could see at Walmart.
True Beverly Hills.
That's the one I gotta say.
Shelley Long gets
he could totally have the Chihuahua.
I love that.
George Lopez could be in it and everything.
What's the Shelley Long movie where she comes back from the dead? Is it Hello Again?
Hello Again, yeah. Hello Again, True Beverly Hills. There it is.
I need to watch that like instantly. So there's some requests for David Silver to be a geek and whatever spinoff happens. I love David Silver, so any way to get him in there, I'm all for it.
I want the whole cast of Beverly Hills 90210. Obviously, we can't get Luke Perry, but
oh God, my hero.
R.I.P.
So
only if Courtney Smith is in it.
Courtney Thorne Smith,
but she was Melrose.
Yeah,
same thing.
Oh, don't you dare!
I have my two things that I would like to see is number one, I'd like to see a Velda Plender origin story.
Thank you.
That would be really.
Oh my God! And Velda prequel.
And in my mind, her mom is like that woman that was trying to stop the passage of the Equal Rights Amendment. Like she's like
oh my God!
Like,
yes,
she's that like. And so that's one idea. And the second idea that I had for like a reboot is I just want a note for note, like a Gus Van Sant redo of the First Wives Club, but I want Shelley Long playing Goldie Hawn's part. As Phyllis Neffler. That's what I want. I just want that to happen.
Oh
wow.
Golden.
And I just want to leave
who takes over for Bette and Diane then?
That's it. That's it.
But you know what?
Who takes over for Bette Midler and Diane Keaton though? Who are you casting?
No. You have to keep them. No. They stay.
Keep them.
My plan is that those two stay and just Goldie gets the boot. That's it.
Listen, buddy.
Goldie Hawn, but
buddy. Nobody replaces Bette Midler. Nobody.
That's it.
Fair enough. I love the First Wives Club. In fact, we should definitely do the First Wives Club.
I love the First Wives Club.
Come back to that one.
I saw that in the theaters. I also
saw that in theaters. Yeah, with the great Dan
My family
Hedaya,
went to go see it. I went to go see Island of Dr. Moreau
and the great Elizabeth Berkley.
Elizabeth Berkley's in there.
Berkley's character is pretty similar to Nomi Malone.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. That's a
much.
prequel. That's a prequel right there. That's Nomi on her way to Vegas, like 100%, or after she left Vegas, or something.
After she left, I think after.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could see that. Yeah, she's like,
trying
I'm gonna be an actress.
Cleans up a little bit and like.
So also in the chat, the only Camp Troop related movie I watched as a kid was Stuart Little 3 with Michael J. Fox. Says Travis Mitchell. I have actually never seen the Stuart Little Michael J. Fox movies, and he's one of my favorite actors. I'm kind of surprised I never got around to it.
Wait a second. As long as we're on the subject of that movie, could you imagine being an orphan and hoping a family comes and adopts you and they leave with the mouse? Like, put yourself in the position of a parentless child, and it's like you came up in this bitch and you are taking home the mouse.
You know what? I think so much. It's so funny you said that because like there's some like film tropes like like that, where I just go like, man, like if you were like an orphan kid in the 80s, like there was like nothing good on screen for you besides like Annie, but you're gonna be like abused by Miss Hannigan. You're gonna like that's just like a really rough time in that little window of media, you know.
You're right. Like even
Punky
like,
Brewster.
You know,
Punky Brewster was eventually like
different strokes.
Different strokes. Different strokes.
Yeah, but then you're gonna run into the bicycle shop owner, and
exactly.
So
different
great
strokes,
for you after that.
Arnold got out of there. Dudley stayed. So
I just did a panel with the great Shavar Ross. It was like surreal to be on stage with that man. He was incredible.
Damn, I love Shavar Ross.
I talked to him about that episode on the way to bringing him to the stage.
Oh, you fucker! You did? You didn't even tell me about this. This is incredible. We'll save that for after the show. There are more pitches in the chat. I don't want to leave anyone out. Alex Bonafonte has a pitch. The troops reunite decades later after one dies of an overdose, and Shelley Long has a terminal cancer. This is dark, but offers to help other patients get cancer meds from Tijuana. The troop devises a plan to smuggle cancer meds and other substances while ripping off the cartel responsible for one their own's overdose in Troop Tijuana. Wow. That is dark, but you know what? I would watch it. It's got a Dallas Buyers Club kind of vibe to it.
Fucking Velda is selling these fucking drugs in Tijuana.
She's cooking them. She's making them.
She's making it.
Velda's like the cartel enforcer.
She's the cartel.
Blue light special. Cookies.
Yeah.
But, I mean, a sequel where we get Velda's Pioneers too would be like Velda's Pioneers versus like the Wilderness Girls.
That would be interesting.
Velda's Avengers, her Plender's Pioneers. This could be her.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah. And then you know what we need though, like to tie it all off. Troop Beverly Hills, they find Meathead.
Oh my god, you're just making the ultimate camp crossover. There's like Christopher Lloyd, and there's the Blob in the lake, and just every camp movie ties in. Wet Hot American Summer, it's the spirit of Camp Firewood. Why not?
I just keep I'm not gonna lie, thinking about what other movies you could superimpose like the character of Phyllis Neffler in, but like I'm thinking like I want to do like a Jackie Brown reboot, but like Phyllis Neffler is Jackie Brown.
Oh yeah, nice,
fantastic ideas.
That's it.
I love that. Yeah, dude, I would watch Phyllis.
Her and Ordell Robbie.
Oh, but I had to have
blow with Phyllis Neffler, or like Weeds with Phyllis Neffler. Like the Muffler Man dies, and she has to keep her kids in Beverly Hills schools, so she like resorts to whatever it takes. That would be fantastic. I would totally watch the shit out of that.
The movies you pitched, I am like ready to like green light all of them.
There we go.
Yes. It's like we're making True Beverly Hills into freaking Desperate Housewives. I mean, it's like the plot's getting pretty
but that's
deep here.
See, but you know what? That's an idea too.
Hey, okay, so they're older now. Their kids are in the troop, but now they're all kind of catty, and it's really nasty. It's 2020s Beverly Hills,
like a scripted reality show. Like they're all in character, but it's like a scripted reality show, and it's Troop Beverly Hills. It's like Troop Beverly Hills Moms, like a dance mom sort of thing.
Oh man, yeah, I would watch it.
The Real Housewives of Troop Beverly Hills.
That's it.
There it
Just put Lisa Rinna on it, and I'm there. So a couple more pitches in the chat. Travis Mitchell says Rick Moranis sends the kids to camp where they sneak his technology to make s'mores bigger, resulting in the whole troop getting shrunk. Honey, I Shrunk the Troop. I'm game for that as well. Any way to get Rick Moranis back on the screen, get a thumbs up from me. Also says Cenobites does sound like a Girl Scout cookie. You opened the box, we came. Now you must buy them from us. Taste our pleasures. True Beverly Hellraiser.
Nice.
Oh, I like that too. Another one from Mikey Riffraff.
What brand are
Mashup
those?
Genius.
Pleasure cookies.
Mike Riffraff, Mashup Genius's pitch. Shelley Long becomes the supreme leader of the troops and must reinvent the organization and become a modern global influence, only to be hindered and worked against by the big cookie industry. Oh, I like that. That's got some vibes. That's almost making me think of Loaded Weapon 1, where they're putting cocaine in the cookies and only Phyllis Neffler can stop them. Or I would watch Blow with, oh yeah, well, shit. I'm in the mood for drug movies for whatever reason.
I was like, what is going on over there?
I'm just, I don't know. My DVDs are packed
Hey,
away. I haven't watched
we
Less Than
all
Zero
know
or
Thin
Fear and
Mints are
Loathing.
filled with cocaine. So, I mean, like, come on.
So I think that pretty much covers the pitches in the chat. Oh, wait, I spoke too soon. Here's one from Alex Bonafonte. The troops are tasked with infiltrating a Pakistani compound in order to take out Osama bin Laden with cookies and Proof Dark 30. Oh my God.
Wow.
That is way more intense than I thought it was going to get. But you know something? It is not out of the realm of possibility that Phyllis Neffler has got what it takes to fight terror. I'm just going to say. Either you're with Phyllis Neffler or you're with the terrorists. And
She's
that's where I'm
very
drawing my
resourceful.
line. Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. That's why they can appraise those diamonds, because they got to go make some crazy diamond deals out.
The blood diamonds.
True Beverly Hills 2, directed by Catherine Bigelow.
Oh, dude, I would fucking watch it though. Shit, the Point Break version, like, are you shitting me? I'm so game for that. So hopefully, I don't know, I think the audience actually took pretty good care of the pitching, tonight, and Caseen, you had some great ones too. But I mean, honestly, I'm surprised, because I went into this thinking like, oh, I really don't think there should be one that's perfect, and like, honestly, we pitched like 4 or 5 that I would gladly watch and gladly celebrate the existence of.
I'll take the sip again. That's about it.
Yeah, me too.
So before we wrap things up, Bobby, Caseen, Ian, Mickey, anything you guys have got coming up in the works you want to let the people know about? New books, new interviews, new articles, new musics?
I'm currently shopping around all these Troop Beverly Hills ideas, so just put positive vibes out in the
That's right. If you're an agent at CAA, you better get Caseen now before it's too late.
Please do go to malevolentdark.com, where you can see the amazing, awesome interview with Caseen Gaines
and with Ian
that I conducted. This man is everything. All right, and I appreciate Caseen for doing that. It's very insightful, on horror in the African American community. So please check out that article. And again, thank you, Caseen, for doing that.
Thank you, Ian.
Caseen, he said I put up with Ian 3 times in like the last month.
No, it's great.
I can't thank you enough, sir.
I appreciate it. But also, pretty soon here, you will see a return of the B Movie Challenge with my excellent review of the most exquisite Dr. Giggles.
Yes.
Well, I also happen to know that pretty soon you'll see the return of Bobby and Miss Heather Hopper for some interview action here. I know I can't promise a date yet, but I just want to let the people know that has been recorded and will be coming to you very soon.
Once this strike is over and I can promote this stuff, then it's all from there.
Yes, the strike is a pain for all of us, but for good reason.
That's what's stopping Troop Beverly Hills Part 2.
Yes, that's what it is. They're like, you know what?
Strike.
Until you make this movie, we're not making any fucking movies for you ever again. So get off your asses, studios. Cut your losses and give us the Troop Beverly Hills cinematic universe.
I think Phyllis Neffler is the only one who can stop the strike, though, at this point. Like, she can just take the troop, they can go down and perform, they can bring everyone together.
Oh my God!
Wouldn't that be like doing some scab work there? I mean, like if she's going against
I don't know.
No, she's gonna get the everything the writers and VFX artists and actors deserve. She's gonna be like, all right, let's just stop being ridiculous. I'll give you some of these fabulous cookies, and you'll realize to stop messing around.
We'll have a mixer at Zsa Zsa Gabor's, those.
Oh God,
nice!
I love Zsa
Zsa.
So another thing I should say is coming soon, folks, is the clip show. I know I've been promising this for a long time, but I'm getting really, really, really close. So, I will have my studio background again soon, and we will have a clip show, a very special clip show coming to you. I'd say easily within the next month.
Still the same shirt.
It'll still, yeah, that's right. No, I'll put on a bow tie and a nice linen blazer. So we are beyond out of time. So it's time for me to say that you, Fandom fans, might want to come back next Wednesday at 9 p.m. for an as yet unplanned episode of VCR Redux.
We're doing
As
McGee
always,
and me.
What?
You said we're doing McGee and me.
I was joking, you sick son of a bitch. Jesus.
What?
No, we could do McGee and me. I don't know about next week, but we could definitely do McGee and me when there's like absolutely nothing else.
Best Sunday school
We'll get to McGee
VHSs
and me.
ever.
I gotta get approval from the network, so I gotta do what I
The
what I
Lord
can do to make it happen
approves
for
that
you
one,
all.
sir. It all works. Let's do it.
Good Lord. Good Lord. So
Exactly.
I just can't stop saying the wrong thing here. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, the best way to help is to smash that like button and leave a comment telling us what movie or TV franchise that you want us to cover on a future episode of VCR Redux. And since you're already doing that, you might as well go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow Fandom Spotlight, the Hollow Knight Network, and Pop Culture Punk. Till then, back up those Betamax, rewind those Laserdiscs, and we'll see you at the movies.